In this position, black has just connected on b4, and there are only 2 points left in the position. There is the f5 ko and the open border around d4. So you might think this should be pretty easy to analyze, but it's actually a very non-trivial position. Pause the video here, see if you can figure out the best move for white. Let's look at them from worst to best. So the worst move is to play f5. Then black will be able to come in here, take away this I, and now the entire group is dead. Notice that white cannot cut on d4 because of shortage of liberties. So that's not a good idea. So the more natural move maybe is to play d4, securing this I, but this allows black to take the ko. And white has one ko threat, and black doesn't have any ko threats, but black has this ko prolonging move here, where white cannot immediately connect the ko, but has to capture here. And now white is out of ko threats, so black actually gets to win the ko, and this is not the best result for white. A different option is for white to play d3. Looks a bit strange, it's giving up 1 point here. Instead of making 2 points, white only makes 1 point. But this does remove that ko prolonging move from black, so now white will be able to win the ko. Black takes, white makes 1 threat. There's no threat for black, black can simply take a dame, white gets the ko. Under Japanese rules, this actually doesn't make a difference compared to the other variation. White gave up 1 point here, the d3 point, to gain 1 point by winning the ko. So it's -1 + 1 evens out. In Chinese rules though, it's a 2-point gain. White gave up ownership of d4, so that's a 2-point swing. And then white gained ownership of f5 and g5, that's a 4-point swing. So it's 2 points better under Chinese rules. Let's say d3 is 2 points better than d4 under Chinese rules. But in both rule sets there is an even better move actually, and that is to play j4. With this Tetsuji, white will be able to both win the ko and get to play d4, which is pretty cool. So the first thing black will do here is just capture the ko. No reason to do anything else. White has to waste a ko threat now, or I should say has to use this ko threat even earlier than before. So it uses this ko threat, black has to connect, no other thing to do on the board. Now white plays d4 and black starts the ko. And I said waste because now white already used the b8 ko threat, so what's the plan now? Well, now white created a ko threat on h2. Thanks to this j4 h4 exchange on the board, now h2 is suddenly a ko threat, and it wasn't a ko threat before when these 2 points were empty. But now it is a ko threat because if black connects, white can go down and create a seki in this way, or if black plays here, this will also be a seki. So black is not able to connect here, has to respond, and no matter how black responds in this lower right corner, white will have 1 more ko threat later. So right now black has this ko prolonging move, black takes back, and now white still has the j1 ko threat. That also has to be responded to because this would still be a seki. So white plays here, black captures, white takes, black is out of ko threats, and white gets to win the ko. So the cool thing that happened here is that in the initial position, let's compare again with the first variation where white simply connects here. Now white doesn't have any ko threats in the lower right. h2, black can just connect, and since there is a secure I here, there's nothing white can do. And if white goes down, black will play here. Yeah, black is just alive. But with this exchange, on the board, now there are 2 ko threats in the lower right. So white gives up 1 ko threat in the upper left to gain 2 ko threats in the lower right, and that's enough to win the ko and to win the game. So to make it concrete, let's say it's area scoring, Chinese rules, 7 komi, then this would be a loss by 2 points, this would be a draw, and this would be a win by 2 points. Under Japanese rules, both d3 and d4 are the same, but j4 is 1 point better because white can not only win the ko, but also get the extra point of territory on d3. So in both rule sets, j4 is the best move. Hope you like this problem. See you in the next video.